Today's video is made possible by Squarespace. What's up internet, Kevin here on TLD. Well, it's the end of the month again, you know what that means? It's time for my top 5 iOS games, this time for May 2014. Now, this month's list has got a lot of platformers with just a hint of RPG, a couple of which just hit you right in the retro feel, so let's check them out. First one I want to get out of the way right away is actually a game that's been around since 2012, and it's found its way on a lot of different platforms but didn't make it over to iOS until just this past month, and that's Thomas Was Alone. Thomas Was Alone is a puzzle platformer with a simple aesthetic and goal. Guide a number of different shapes, each with their own personality, to an exit, having them use each other as platforms or taking advantage of a specific one's size or abilities to reach switches that the others can't. There's also a surprising amount of storytelling going on in this game, more than you'd expect when just looking at the gameplay, and there's a lot of game time going into it too. It's a tad pricier than most iOS games at $8.99, but it's not all that surprising considering it is a port, and in all honesty, it's completely worth the expense. Next up is a game that draws heavy influence from a big-time old-school retro classic, Dug Dug. Dug Dug's goal is simple. Dig as deep as you can and find as many treasures as you can in order to get the highest score possible. Things aren't nearly as easy as you think though. The integrity of different kinds of blocks is important to consider, and accidental cave-ins are aplenty that can smash Dug, either because you had bad timing or you just got greedy going for a treasure too far out of safe reach. There's also enemies to avoid and special one-time use items to find, which can do things like reduce falling damage or speed up digging speed. There really isn't a whole lot else to the game, but this is one of those great examples of a simple mechanic that can get really addictive for those you obsessed with high scores, and it's really easy to make the $1.99 price tag worth it. Now, I'm gonna surprise even myself with this third pick, Uncanny X-Men Days of Future Past. That's right, a game that mainly exists to cash in on a recent movie release. The thing is, it's actually a pretty solid, fun, old-school style arcade game. The first couple levels are honestly pretty bad, but it gets a lot better with time, eventually giving you 5 different X-Men characters to play as, each with their own set of unique special moves, with 3 more playable characters on the way in future updates. The game's difficulty level never really spikes that high, but getting a 3-star score on all the levels can actually be pretty difficult. And not only can you take time leveling up each character to unlock all of their abilities, but there's even a few collectibles like classic comic book covers and character bios. It's a simple arcade experience that's more engrossing than you'd first think, with 0 in-app purchases at a fair price of $2.99. It's worth checking out. Fourth up, we've got another puzzle platformer, which is probably my favorite one in terms of visuals on this list, Kiwanuka. Kiwanuka has you control a large group of people, guiding them with a leader wielding a staff. Where things get interesting though is in the ability to create a tower of people and swing it around to create a ladder or bridge to reach farther destinations. It starts off pretty light and easy to figure out, but it doesn't take long before levels start to throw curveballs at you, introducing new forms of obstacles or forcing you to set up bridges in ways that you hadn't thought possible before. Not only is it challenging, but it doesn't hurt that the game also has a great simplistic art direction and an enjoyable soundtrack accompanying it. At only $1.99, this game is a must-try. Now, last on the list is a game that just came out this past Thursday and is actually a pseudo-sequel to one of my favorite, really basic old app games, Battleheart Legacy. The original Battleheart had you controlling a team of adventurers in real-time battles, timing when to use different abilities and positioning them to gain an advantage. Legacy, on the other hand, gives you control of just a single unit, though the combat system is very similar. Players can grow their character by learning moves from the different classes of the original game, as well as some new ones, allowing you to craft your character just the way you like. The art direction is a bit strange in it, taking the first game's style and just making it 3D, but the gameplay has such a simple RPG charm it's hard not to get addicted right when you first pick it up. Players actually have some surprisingly interesting choices handed to them at times, and there's a lot of little different side content to discover, like unlocking new classes to learn the abilities of. It's a bit odd to look at, but once you start playing, you'll find yourself loving it. Though if you're like me, you'll probably end up restarting 3 or 4 times debating what classes to focus on right away. At $4.99, this is a great, simple, yet addictive RPG to pick up. So those are my top 5 iOS games of May 2014. We do have more info about each of those games linked down in the description if you want to check them out. Now before I get out of here guys, I do want to take a moment to thank the people over at Squarespace for helping make today's video possible. Squarespace is one of the easiest ways to build your own website thanks to handy tools like drag and drop functionality, and everything you make is automatically optimized to look great no matter what device is used to view them, whether it's a desktop, tablet, or smartphone. They've got an awesome support staff working out of New York, available 24/7, and pricing starts out as low as $8 a month, and they'll even throw in a free domain if you sign up for the year. If you want to try it out for yourself, Squarespace was awesome enough to give our fans the chance to get a 7-day free trial with 10% off your order if you end up wanting to keep using it. All you have to do is use the promo code TLD at checkout. That'll let them know that we sent you and get you those benefits. Now, one last thing before I head out, guys. I don't know if you're all aware just yet, but I actually just started my own YouTube channel. Now, obviously, I'm still here on TLD bringing you guys top 5 iOS videos, iOS game reviews, and console news, but if you want a more gaming-centric channel with game reviews and news, check out my new channel, youtube.com/KevinKenson. You can also follow me on my personal Twitter, @KevinKenson, where you can hear my up-to-date thoughts on what games I'm currently playing and see what videos I'm planning to upload on what channels. Now, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching our videos. If you enjoyed this one, please make sure to let us know by hitting that thumbs up button. And if there's any iOS games we missed this month that you absolutely loved, make sure to let us know down in the comments. Also, if you're not a subscriber yet, then you should be, because we've got more great content on the way. Don't forget to also check out my new channel and subscribe there as well. Until next time, guys, I'm Kevin for TLD, and we'll see you later.